U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has stated that dialogue between the United States and China is essential and will help avoid miscalculations that could lead to conflict. The statement comes even as Beijing snubbed an invitation for a formal meeting at the annual Shangri-La dialogue. Defense Secretary Austin and his Chinese counterpart Li Shangfu shook hands and briefly spoke for the first time, but the interaction fell short of Pentagon's hopes for a substantive exchange.
A cordial handshake over dinner is no substitute for a substantive engagement. And the more that we talk, the more we can avoid the misunderstandings and miscalculations that could lead to crisis or conflict. You know, I am deeply concerned that the PRC has been unwilling to engage more seriously on better mechanisms for crisis management between our two militaries. But I hope that will change, and soon.
Countering U.S. allegations, China says the responsibility for ongoing tensions between the two countries' militaries lies entirely with the U.S. side. The two countries are also exchanging heated military signals around Taiwan, with the U.S. ramping up its military support despite Beijing's repeated warnings. Lloyd Austin said the U.S. was deeply committed to preserving the status quo of Taiwan and opposes unilateral changes from either side. These developments come in the wake of Chinese President Xi Jinping telling China's national security officials to prepare for worst-case scenario. In a related development, news reports suggest that the U.S. intelligence chief made a secret visit to China last month in a bid to thaw relations. Meanwhile, demonstrators marched in New York City to commemorate the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests, in which at least 1,000 demonstrators were killed.
It's been over 40 years between the white paper protest and the Tiananmen Square one, and yet we are still ruled by the same government whose nature hasn't changed a single bit.